What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh yeah, this is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks, exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Welcome into the LIBA Business Hour, sponsored by Nats to Tasseling, highlighting local independent businesses in and around Lincoln on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, LIBA President and CEO, Bud Synhorst.
Welcome to the LIBA Business Hour. Thank you to our show sponsor, Nats Detasseling. Earn cash, build character, Nats Detasseling. Learn more about Nats at notafraidtosweat.com. Our opening segment today is sponsored by U-Stop. Earn points that spend like cash with the kickback card, which can get you snacks and even gas. Available to all 24 U-Stop locations. If you want to join the conversation today, you can hit us up. You can call or text at 402-464-5685. You can listen on the Ticket app, theticketfm.com, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Allo Channel 951. Or if you are in beautiful downtown Lincoln this morning, stop by here at 1040 O Street. Got the coffee on. The mill's got the coffee rolling. Come on down and check us out. This morning, I'm excited to have an old friend. We've been friends a long time. I'm not calling him old. I'm saying we've been friends a long time. Steve Glenn. And Steve is with Executive Travel and also has Glenn's True Value here in Lincoln. So, Steve, welcome to the LIBA Business Hour.
Bud, great to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
We're going to have a little fun today. There's a lot to talk about with Steve, and we had to precursor it with, we've got about a 15-minute segment because Steve and I could talk about his different businesses quite a bit. So, Steve, let's start. You've been with you've had Executive Travel for, I'll say, forever. But talk about kind of what you're seeing in the travel industry now. I mean, we went through, during COVID, there was a big kind of change, and people have changed the way they travel. It seems like a lot of people went to, we're going to get in our car and drive to New York instead of fly, those kind of things. So tell us what you're seeing in the travel industry now. I'll say that we're back.
You bet. We're indeed back, Bud. Thank you for having me here today. 38 years I started the travel company 38 years ago, Bud, in the old Cornhusker Hotel. Well, the Cornhusker Hotel, actually, we started there, and I got into the business. I got a cute story I got to tell you. I went to the library and found a book, and the book's title was How to Start a Travel Agency.
And so it's kind of like today that it would be at the bookstore to be called Travel Agencies for Dummies.
Yeah. And so I read the book, and then I said, hey, I can do this. And so we started with my wife, Marie, and that was 38 years ago. And we've grown and grown and grown. And actually, we really started out being one of the first companies in the country to be internet sales. Actually, I started out 38 years ago before there was the internet. And that's when people had typewriters on their desk.
Okay, I'm gonna have a little fun with our buddy Austin over here.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what a typewriter is.
Before this interweb became a thing, it's like Steve said, people used to they had phones on their desks, where they would call an 800 number and they would talk to their travel agent, or they'd stop in the office and say, hey, we want to take the family to Disneyland or whatever.
And so what I did is walked around to businesses in Lincoln and said, hey, would you like a free IBM computer that you can do word processing on, and you don't need to use your typewriter? And they said, yes, I'll take a free IBM computer. And then I put it in there, and I said, oh, by the way, we've got a program on that you can literally book your airline tickets and your car rentals using this IBM computer. That was, keep in mind, that was 1987.
Holy buckets.
1987. Before there was an internet, we were doing basically internet travel. And to this day, we're one of the largest internet travel management companies in the whole world.
That's awesome. And I think that's one of the things, knowing you over the years, Steve, is it seems like you're always just one step ahead, and you're always thinking ahead of the curve. And that's a compliment to you and your business mind, because I know you've done a lot of travel with football teams and alumni and all those kind of things.
Sure. Yeah. Well, we used to do it. Travel was a lot different back in those days, where there was scarcity of seats and tickets and all that stuff. And today, pretty much a lot of people can do some of that stuff themselves and don't need us. But we do a lot of travel management for large companies that need to travel. They have travelers that travel for their business. And so we help them manage. We negotiate the hotels for them, their airlines. We negotiate all that. We build systems so that they can go online to their computers and they have their own private network for their employee travel. So we do that all around the world now. So, but the interesting thing, Bud, you asked the question at the top of the hour, was how has travel changed? This year, it's just been amazing. The best year in our 38 years. Last year, we thought would be the best year, and it was. And this year beat it. But people are traveling. They've moved, as I mentioned when we were talking before the show, they've moved from wanting possessions, Bud, to wanting experiences. We're seeing that a massive movement where families say, instead of gifts this year, we're going to take everybody to Italy. Instead of this, we're going to take our family to Los Angeles to see the Rose Parade. And so we've seen this movement to experiences. And also, you had mentioned COVID changed travel too. Whereas, I look at travel, sometimes the airlines are their worst enemies. But if you've got a family of four and want to go to Chicago, it's probably easier to get in a car and go.
You are not far off at all, Steve.
Yeah. So I tell people, it's such a hassle anymore to travel with all the security and baggage and delayed flights and all that stuff, that sometimes the airlines have made it easier just to say, let's go. And with self-automated vehicles, going to be able to drive down the interstate already by themselves. You're going to see people say, hey, let's just get a comfortable rig and drive.
No kidding. Well, and I think, I'll speak just from a personal perspective. You're right. I'm getting to that point in life where I start talking about all the cool things I've been able to do. And I was fortunate as a kid. We moved around. My dad was in the restaurant industry, so we moved around a lot, and we got to do a lot of those kind of things. Like I got to travel with the family and those kind of things. But to create those memories, and you and I have been around Nebraska athletics a long time, and we've been able to go some cool places. And when I sit around with my buddies and I talk about the cool atmosphere in College Station, even though I felt like the stadium was going to fall down because they were swaying the whole damn time.
Gosh, yeah.
But or when we went to Notre Dame, or having been to every Big 12 football stadium, having been to every Big 12 basketball venue, like those kind of experiences are the things that we remember. And I think that's cool, because that's exactly what our family talks about a lot too. We've got one daughter in college, one daughter out of college, and one daughter in middle school. And it's like, these are the things that we can do with the kids to really make it.
Yeah, very much so. I got to tell you some stories about, speaking about the ticket and sports, is we've done a lot of tours over the years. As a matter of fact, one year we wanted to take people down to the Oklahoma game, and we played Oklahoma. That's when we were in the Big 8 and the Big 12, and they wouldn't sell us tickets, and we couldn't get tickets here. And so I called up their ticket office and I said, I'd like 50 tickets. So that's a busload. I figured I'd take a busload down to Oklahoma. No, we can't sell you those to the Nebraska game. I said, do you have any season tickets? And they said, yeah. I said, I'll take 50 season tickets. So they says, I don't know if I can do that. They went and talked to their boss and they said, yeah, we'll sell you 50 season tickets. So for 20 years, I had 50 I was one of the biggest season ticket holders to Oklahoma, and when we weren't playing them, we could sell them usually and make a buck or two. But that was really cute. Now we've taken 800 people to the Rose Bowl. We've taken 500 people to Notre Dame. When I went to Notre Dame, we paid $500 a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
For 500 tickets.
Well, and I mean, and that was a low end of those tickets, because I remember that. So since we're talking memory lane and the Notre Dame game, my favorite part of that was sitting in fact, I think I was on one of your planes coming home, or I don't remember, but we did a Cubs game the day before the game and then drove up to South Bend that day. But we're sitting in the stadium about 10 minutes before the kickoff, and one of my college buddies, one of my great friends, was with me. And we're sitting there in the stadium in the end zone with Touchdown Jesus behind us. And I look around and I'm like, dude, this is like we're playing at Memorial Stadium. He's like, yeah, no kidding. And then all of a sudden they started, the fans started chanting Husker home game in Notre Dame. I mean, like, that was one of the funniest, I mean, we've been to a lot of fun games together, but that was quite an experience. So let's just, how could people get a hold of you at Executive Travel? And then I want to talk about your True Value store.
We're just executivetravel.com, of course, 435-8888. We can get a hold of us. Anybody that wants, we can help them. And
your office is just right down the street here on O Street.
12 O Street. I'll tell you, we're a hop, skip, and a jump from the ticket right here.
Hey, you can come by the mill, grab your coffee, watch these guys on the ticket, head east about a block, and you're right there. So let's talk about Glenn's True Value, because that's another business that you have that I'm guessing it's a good time of year to be at Glenn's True Value. We haven't had snow yet, but they have good snow blowers. There's one of them in my garage, I will say.
Oh, that's good. Well, 23 years ago, I come from Pawnee City, Nebraska, and they had a hardware store and they were going to close it. And I said, well, you can't close the hardware store in Pawnee City, Nebraska. So my wife and I bought that. We knew nothing about hardware, but we found people to run it. And right now we've remodeled it and done it. It's just a delightful little store. And then my son moved up to West A Street, and he said, Dad, it takes 25 minutes to get to Menards from here. I said, well, we got to deal with that. So we went to West A in Coddington, and the Smiths have a shopping center there. Mm-hmm. And we said, hey, let's put in a hardware store there. We put one in there. We put one at 70th and Van Dorn, and one in Hickman now. So it's funny how, I had no intention of getting the hardware business, but now I've got four of them. And, it's really fun in the hardware business to help people. Bud, you're in the people business. There's nothing better than helping people with and getting a smile out of it. It's not about the money. It's actually about the smile.
Well, and it's little things. Like when I walk into one of your hardware stores, Steve, usually I'm not there just to shop. It's not like, it's not like Christmas time. It's when I walk in, there's a need. And I am not a fix-it guy,
right?
But I stayed at a Holiday Inn once, so I guess that qualifies me to do a few things around the house. But like I'll walk in and as little a thing is, the damn screw fell out of the plug for the hot tub or for the bathtub. I walk in and I've got the piece and I'm like, okay, guys, I need a screw to go into here. And I mean, those guys, they know their stuff. They're there. I go in and I say, hey, I'm looking for X. We want to get a leaf blower.
Sure.
Leaf blower has been a recent purchase I've been looking at. And they're like, okay, what are you going to do with it?
Sure.
Are you wanting to pick them up? Or are you just wanting to blow around? Do you want battery operated? Do you want electric? Do you want gas?
Sure.
And they're so knowledgeable and helpful. And I think that's you're in one of those businesses where I like to say people don't shop there just to shop. They come because they're maybe trying to address an issue at home. They might have a leaky faucet or need a new this or that or whatever, and they need to fix it right away.
We're basically in the convenience store business. We really want to have it so you walk 20 feet to our front door. You have somebody say, can I help you? And our average transaction is about, less than $20. So they're not buying not buying.
Not everybody's coming in and buying a Traeger grill and
no,
100 pounds of pellets and all that other stuff.
They're there to buy that flapper for their toilet, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They need to fix it. They're not a handy person, but they can fix the flapper on their toilet.
Yeah, I mean, and it's comforting for a person like me who, like I said, I'm not a fix-it guy, but I can navigate my way around if I need to do this or that, you know. I mean, I've walked in there 5 minutes before close and felt like a horse is behind because I'm like, I need a new faucet. Like our kitchen faucet's dead. I've got problems. You know, this is what I have. I've got pictures on my phone.
You're pretty handy if you can do a faucet. My gosh.
I'll tell you this. You know how you do a faucet if you're a guy like me? 2 words. YouTube.
Yeah, that's right.
And I watched the YouTube video and I'm like, okay, this is how I shut the water off. Okay. Now I pause, rewind, play. I mean, it's a good thing it's not an old VHS tape. I'd wear it out. But like those are the things. And your guys are like, I'm sorry, I know you're closing, but give me the easiest thing to get so I can get this fixed. And they're like, hold on. It's okay. Let's walk you through it.
Sure.
What do you got?
Yeah.
What do you want? What do you need? All of those kind of things. I ended up being there for 20 or 25 minutes and I probably apologized 100 times because I don't like to be that guy. I worked in the restaurant business and you always dreaded the person that walked in 15 minutes before close because you knew that you were going to have pretty much an extra 45 minutes of work. And so, but the customer service is a big thing. And I think that's huge for you to hear as the owner.
Yeah, thank you.
Because they're doing good things behind your back, right?
And
serving the customers.
We've been blessed, and it's really a fun business. You know, customer service. You have to have this passion to want to help people, and that's the basis of travel. It's the basis of hardware. We have other businesses that we operate and own too. That relationships with people is life.
It is.
That's the power of life, and God's blessed us with being able to have businesses that we can do that with.
That's awesome. So, okay. So I'm going to summarize here. So you've got Coddington and West Day, and you've got 70th and Van Dorn.
Right.
Where are your other Glenn's True Value locations?
Got one in Hickman.
One in Hickman.
One in Pawnee City.
Pawnee City.
We have a batteries and bulb store at 70th and Van Dorn as well. So those are the pinnacles on the hardware side of the business.
Well, if you need hardware, or if you're trying to be a fix-it guy like I try to be once in a while, check out the folks at Glenn's True Value. They're very helpful. Appreciate them. And then also, if you're looking for an experience for your family, or you need corporate travel for your business, executivetravel.com. 435-8888.
Hi, man, you memorized it.
How about that? I'm pretty good with numbers. My wife gives me a hard time about that, but or you can stop and see them here at 1212 O Street. Check them out. They're going to provide you with great service and great things. And go ahead, Steve.
And I got to say before we check off, Bud, I want to compliment you and LIBA for representing the small business in Lincoln, Nebraska, and Nebraska. You know, day to day, we got to run our business, and LIBA's always been there. They do the hard work. They go down to the city hall, the state capitol. They do all the hard work that we don't have the time to do. So, Bud, I hope you take and share with your staff, the board, how much, LIBA, how valuable LIBA is to the business community, the small business community, especially like me, that I just don't have time to do it. And I always feel blessed that LIBA's there to do the dirty work that has to be done to communicate to politicians of what helps and what hurts small business. Because if we didn't have LIBA, it would be very difficult to be successful in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Well, thank you very much for that, Steve. I will pass that along to everyone. It's been a great ride, and I appreciate all you do. You support our community. You support LIBA. You're a great corporate citizen in our community, and I appreciate you so much, and all the things that you guys do. So hopefully we'll get a few people reaching out to you and scheduling some travel and going in and buying some hardware at the hardware stores.
The old toilet flapper, we got plenty.
Very good. All right. Thanks again, Steve Glenn, Executive Travel and Glenn's True Value. We'll be back after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Picture a hot summer day, sun blazing in the fields as far as the eye can see. Now imagine you're a teenager making bank, all while enjoying the great outdoors. Welcome to Nats Detasseling Inc., where they're not afraid to sweat. This summer, join the Nats team for an unforgettable experience. Forge friendships, learn responsibility, and earn money. Visit notafraidtosweat.com now. Nats Detasseling, where hard work meets good times.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness. And now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is Nebraska's premier NIL company. And with your help, we can maximize our student athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow Mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Are you searching for a helping hand in life? Look no further. Integrated Behavioral Health Services is your answer. They're your compassionate, trusted partners committed to guiding you from challenges to triumphs. Their licensed professionals offer personalized therapy for individuals, couples, and families. At IBHS, the focus is you. Experience a life-changing transformation in an environment tailored to your unique needs. Visit ibhealthservices.com today and take that first step towards a brighter future. Discover the power of healing with Integrated Behavioral Health Services. You're not alone. Let them walk this journey with you.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today. At Ascend Aesthetics, they understand that you want results and you want them fast. That's why they've developed the fastest weight loss and body toning programs that are clinically proven to shed extra fat, boost muscle mass, and tighten skin without having to spend hours at the gym. Reveal your leaner physique, ignite your testosterone levels, and boost your energy with personalized plans tailored to your goals. Learn more at slimdowne.com or call 402-480-6680. Ascend Aesthetics, where transformation begins.
Don't be surprised if your kids seem bored when they have some time off from school. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. While kids may not miss the confinement of the classroom, they may miss the routine of the school day. Help them add some structure to those free days by planning special projects. Rearrange a bedroom, plan a family meal, increase that batting average, and keep it fun.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Back to the LIBA Business Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This segment sponsored by Ascend Aesthetics.
All right, this segment is sponsored by Ascend Aesthetics. Lose inches and gain confidence with the medical weight loss and body contouring clinic at Ascend Aesthetics. Learn more at slimdowne.com. So our second segment today, this is going to be fun. I feel like I've turned into a history professor on the LIBA Business Hour because we've been having some businesses with a long time history here in Lincoln. So today I'm very excited. We have Sarah Madsen from Madsen's Bowling and Billiards and EJ's Lounge. Did I get everything in that intro?
Did.
So
and there's probably something else I'm missing, but yeah, it's the longest name.
But you guys are celebrating 60 years this year, right?
Yes.
I believe. So that's just amazing because that is the third business in the last probably 4 or 5 weeks that we've had on the show. You're the youngest of the three. Okay. Not only are you the youngest person, but you're the youngest business because we had a couple weeks ago, we had Ron Romero from Schaefer's, who they've been around for 77 years.
Yep.
And then a couple weeks before that, we had Scott Lockard from Hampton Enterprises, which is celebrating 75 years this year. So Madsen's is the child in this this group. But so first, let's just dive right in. Talk to us a little bit about the history of Madsen's. Yeah. So, I mean, it's been in the family, so
always, excuse me,
awesome.
Fighting the cold, like all the good fight, like everybody else. Yeah, been in the family. We actually started as Madsen's Furniture down in Uni Place on St. Paul and 48th Street. And then moved over to the building that we are in now. We took the furniture store over there because it just was growing massively. My grandfather was an excellent businessman. He was a door-to-door salesman for Johnson & Johnson. Wow. World War I vet, right? So
you mean back in the old days before it wasn't just call somebody or drop a digital ad on top of them?
Spent 20 years in sales.
Austin's chuckling. He's like, "Oh God, Bud's going to make a joke about my age."
Internet. Here we go again.
This interweb thing might be here to stay, Austin. I don't know.
You think it might be?
We should just accept our fate. Yeah. So yes, in that same building, we've been there for over 60 years now, but it's been Madsen's Bowling and Billiards. Actually started as Snooker Bowl. Right. Snooker was the original, most popular form of billiards. We just recently took out our last snooker table.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Trust me. It broke my heart, but guess where it is?
Did Tom cry?
He did cry. He cried with the billiards table too.
Did you have to pry the snooker table
but we don't
out of his cold hands because he was ready? He would not let it go.
He did. So we didn't let it go because he's like, we're not selling it. I was like, we're absolutely not selling this. It is in a temperature controlled storage facility with a pool table from 1914, as well as our billiards table. I have a very big plan for those tables.
I can't wait to see that
in Lincoln. And I loved what you were saying about how long these businesses have had success here in Lincoln. I think it's a testament to the community. Right?
Well, it's a testament to the community, but it's a testament to the people who start those businesses, continue those businesses. I mean, Joe Hampton started Hampton Enterprises, and Joe's not with us anymore, but the Hampton way continues.
Yes.
Ron Romero's grandfather started a drugstore at like 13th and F, I think it was, or down in that area. And Ron's dad was involved in the business and decided maybe we should try selling these TV things.
Yeah.
And so like the evolution of these businesses. And before I had Hampton on, I went and I was looking at like how many businesses make it that long. And it's like less than 10%.
I believe it.
And so when you have businesses, and it is a testament to Lincoln, but it's a testament to the people and the families because, you know, Joe's kids are still involved in the business.
Yep.
Ron Romero is, you know, it was his grandfather, his father, now him. His kids are kind of taking over some of Ron and Roxy are taking over some different parts of the business, and his grandkids are involved.
Yep.
And it's the same thing with Madsen's. And so it's
Well, it's built-in intrinsic motivation to want to be successful, but also completely attached to it. I'm sure all these people grew up around the narrative, around the other people being inside the building, experiencing the clients and customers, right? So you're just super connected. And even though I have been gone from Lincoln for, 20 years, coming back was seamless. So many people that are like, I remember you when you were little.
You were this big and you were here and you were climbing on the pool tables. And
yeah. They remember me when I was a good bowler because I actually bowled a lot. Don't worry, I'm going to get better again. But yeah, no, it is an attachment. And I also think it's the value system of Lincoln, right? It welcomes family businesses. It secures and fosters family businesses. And I think we've had loyalists for that entire time that, knew my grandfather, bowled with my grandfather, right? Just, it's an amazing.
So talk us through the generations who have been in charge, so to speak, at Madsen.
E.J. Madsen, Earl John Madsen, started the furniture store, then started Madsen's, which by the way was 6 bowling lanes. It was a passel of pool tables, a putt-putt, a dance floor, an arcade. It was the original building was Lincoln Rink, which is really cool. If you look back in the archives of all the photos of that, which was a huge roller skating rink.
So Austin, people used to put these things on their feet and there were 4 wheels and it had this great big rubber thing to stop them.
Yeah, my butt remembers how poorly that went for me.
I'm glad to know that Austin has roller skated.
It does feel good.
I feel
good
that. About that. I don't feel as old today.
You might be Austin. My mom was a figure skater on roller skates.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. So you watched the Olympics and ice skating.
Wasn't there a movie like in the 80s or 90s of people who were like on roller skates, but they did the dancing like figure skating?
I hope so.
I think there was. It might have been a Will Ferrell movie.
I would.
Shocking, right?
This is sounding familiar. Okay, back to it. We're going to go.
We're not Siskel and Ebert. I'm sorry. I got sidetracked.
I know, but that sounds awesome. And I'm going to look it up. So yes, Grandpa, then he had 4 boys, 4 sons. All of which had a part of the business. My dad was a pro bowler, so he was kind of out on the circuit. Uncle Tom, we just talked about that. He hates don't call him Uncle Tom. He is the cue stick salesman in the family, as well as running just basically our entire billiards program.
The
Tom's
Facebook
cue
post
sticks where you never get the shaft. Where you never get the shaft. He loves it. You guys, he is 74 years old, and he is. You wouldn't know it at all.
No,
he is a lockbox of history. Just ask him. He'll sit you down and tell you every single thing that happened in Northeast Lincoln in the last 60 plus years. He's amazing. It's he and I pretty much lockstep right now. My Uncle Marty owned the bowling business. He's since gotten a little sick. So I'll send up a prayer for Marty and my cousin Ben, who has been involved, obviously. I mean, literally, guys, the entire Madsen family has touched this place. And so it's now it's me and my husband Brady are, really operator, owner, general manager positions. With an extremely amazing staff.
So what made you decide to come back to Lincoln?
Oh boy,
to dive back into the family business?
The segment isn't long enough, bud. When my dad passed away, which is how I inherited this particular portion of the business, I had no interest in taking a role in the company. Silent partner. Maybe I'll just give these shares to somebody else. What am I going to do with a bowling alley?
I want to see Sarah as a silent partner. No offense. We love you, Sarah. But I mean, come on, really?
That's great. That's great. You haven't known me long enough, but you've known me long enough.
I know you know long enough to know, right?
I got something to say about something. So I got those shares in latter part of 2020, and I was still living in New York City. But then obviously we know the pandemic hit. My husband and I were both remote workers. We went on a journey of remote living, nomads. They call them digital nomads, right? We both worked in advertising and music, so we could work anywhere we wanted to. So we lived on the road for 18 months. That's an entirely new, totally different radio segment to talk about, which was absolutely awesome. But we got a little tired of that in late 2021, and we were like, what do we do? Let's go hang out in Lincoln a little bit, look under the hood at Madsen's. And then that was just steamrolled us into
hence the no silent partner.
I couldn't help myself. But also, Ben and I worked so well together. He had amazing ideas. We've made a lot of changes. If you guys haven't been in Madsen's in the last year, come in. There's some things that you won't recognize and some great things that you'll totally love. And then the old good stuff, which is the pool tables and bowling, is all still in the same place. So Ben and I just started to get a little bit more involved together, and I helped him sort of see some of these visions. Ben, of course, if anybody's curious, wanted to break out onto his own. He had spent 13 years working as the general manager at Madsen's, and he finally got an opportunity to take a deep breath. He's still a partner. So we wish him all the best in starting his new endeavor, and he still helps me out too. But handed me the keys to the castle.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
So are the burgers still as good as they've always been?
They still are.
I don't know what it is about bowling alleys. I've lived all over the country and all over the Midwest. I shouldn't say all over the country, but my parents used to do bowling leagues and this thing and that thing.
Of course.
And all I remember is a really freaking good hamburger.
Good greasy spoon.
Every time I walk into a bowling alley. So what is is there something like in the oil on the lanes that goes through a filter into the kitchen that like seasons the burgers or something?
I mean, you might have nailed it.
It's just unbelievable.
Well, if you think about it, a lot of these bowling alleys have been around for a long time. They've been cooking burgers on that flat top for a nice long time. That's a seasoned
that is a
flat
well
top or
seasoned
a seasoned
flat top. There
char
you go.
grill. So there's part of it. It's probably there's also that sort of emotional nostalgia that all goes along with it. The scent of cooked onions when you walk in, right? But yeah, our burgers are killer. I mean, pizza wings burgers is where I know that sounds so basic. It is not.
Sarah's hitting the three of my 4 favorite food groups. Austin.
What's the 4th, bud?
Bourbon,
candy canes, candy corn.
Wait, did you say bourbon?
It's a food group, right? I mean, it's made out of corn.
I'll allow it.
I mean, rain makes corn makes whiskey. I just started a country song.
Yes. And we've got a band, folks.
You're the band person.
Yeah.
I'm just the idea guy.
No, that's fine. We need an executor because I'm also kind of an idea guy. So yeah, burgers, come down. We have a lot of cool stuff to do there. It's
so what kind of things do you have going on throughout the year? Leagues, talk about some of those kind of things.
Classic bowling leagues. We have amazing pool leagues too. If you ever want to get involved in the billiards community, we have tournaments almost every single weekend at Madsen's for billiards. We just put in darts. Now, I've been in advertising for 20 years, you guys. I have no idea what darters, by the way, that's what you call them. They call them darters. These are people that play darts. They're masters. They're incredible. I'm like, I have no idea how they're doing this hand-eye coordination at all, but we put in 4 awesome dart lanes and these guys are killer and they're so much fun and they like bourbon too. And burgers.
They're good people.
They're great people. So we have those leagues starting up in January and we do a lot of just off the cuff, really fun tournaments, right? So if you don't want to commit to an 18, 12, 32 week league, come in and do some of our luck of the draw tournaments. We even do wing eating challenges. So don't shy away from the heat, babies.
Austin.
See, yes, this
I'm thinking there's a ticket outing for a wing contest.
Oh boy,
let's make it happen.
Oh boy, okay.
Yeah,
we know people.
Yeah,
we know people.
We'll have to get DP and Rebecca when they're back. We'll see. I have to suggest. They're going to be like, thank God Bud is leaving LIBA because he's putting these crazy ideas.
You're signing him up for some stuff.
But I'm going to give Sarah an idea.
Oh, please.
So you've got darters.
Yeah.
When are you putting in axe throwing?
So it's so funny that you say that. We just had a really great conversation with a local consultant who's amazing. You would know him, but I will not reveal my sources. But he mentioned axe throwing. Now, the cool part about Madsen's is we're a massive building and we probably even have a little room to grow. So in 2024, I am putting in a beer garden. There's no beer gardens on that side of town. A really cool,
where do you get your beer seeds?
Oh man, how did I not see that
place
coming?
You get your bourbon seeds.
The dad jokes are flying today, aren't they?
Seeds. He doesn't want beer seeds. But yes, so he brought that up too, right? Because there's, you know what I actually thought of is one of those smash rooms. So in New York City, particularly, the smash room is very, very popular because you're getting all these corporate people who are burned out in their corporate life and they get to smash computers and printers and monitors. And
I'm not familiar with these.
Oh my God, Google it. And
you get a bat or a hammer, you throw plates at a wall.
Of course, Austin.
All sorts of stuff.
Very Gen Z. But yes, a smash room, please. And I've got some old equipment back there that I could totally donate to the smash room.
You use old pool cues,
dude,
and pinatas, maybe.
Okay, see, you are the idea guy. That's pretty good, bud. Yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah,
that's funny. Awesome. So, there's a lot going on up there. You've got a ton happening up there. Let's first of all, we got to make sure tell everybody where Madsen's is located. I could drive there probably in my sleep.
Yes.
But where is it?
And people have probably passed it a million times. If you haven't come in, I'd be surprised. We're in 48th and basically Holdridge, 48th between Holdridge and Dudley. We're a little recessed off the beaten path there on 48th, but you can't miss us. We're massive.
Big sign.
Lots of signage. Also, check out the pool player. That is, we have a big pool player statue.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
I forgot about the big pool
which
player.
used to be in Bob Carey's yard. Yeah, there again, we'll have to get you that story too. I'm going to have Tom tell you.
Bob Carey had a pool player.
Now, don't ask me if he was a big pool player aficionado.
I'm just trying to take the concept of Bob Carey, because Bob Carey does not seem like a guy that would have a pool statue.
He's very dignified.
Sounds like maybe
billiards is dignified.
He lost a bet or something, like. It's like the guy that loses the fantasy league and there's the billboard that says,
you know where it ends up? It ended up in Big Red Kino's front yard. Basically, it became like a little statue.
Just like
at
the
Big
statue
Red.
nobody
so maybe
wants.
We can see exactly. Let's see where that connection was made. I know Tom probably knows it. So you might see the pool player there. We have a massive amount of parking. Guys, I treat Madsen's a little bit like a community center where we just do a lot of programming, a lot of events, a lot of reasons to come back or come in for the first time. But a little bit of something to do with the kids and a little bit of something to do with the buds. A Friday night dinner, right? We're a full service restaurant. We're not a snack bar on the edge of a bowling alley. Like we are its own entity. EJ's Lounge is amazing. We have cocktail lists and really cool, revolving taps. Our burgers are great. Wait, yes.
Wings.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even need to be here, do I? Thanks, bud.
Just trying to help your sister out, right?
So come down 48th and Holdridge, join a league, just stay for the day. Give us a call if you want to make a reservation. We're pretty old school. So we still use that analog telephone business to do a reservation.
I
think it's part of the aesthetic. We're never going to be, I'm going to call it out because I love John Lucido. We're not Sun Valley, right? Like we're not the kids come down and play for 7 hours. We are like, come kick up, enjoy the nostalgia of bowling,
have a little fun,
eat something really delicious, laugh out loud. Burgers,
pizza,
bourbon,
wings,
beers. Yeah.
And by the way, I think we have some soda pop for the kids too.
We got some soda pop, and we're making updates constantly. So, because brand new, and there's just some things that need to be refreshed. So, stay tuned. Go to the website. That's where you can sort of pick up a lot of the information.
What's the website?
Madsen's Bowling, Madsen's Lincoln.
Madsen's Lincoln.com.
Look at me, the owner that knows it all. Madsen's Lincoln.com.
And you're an advertising person, so that's even fun.
Dude,
we all make little mistakes on the radio,
I'm
right?
juggling a little bit more than I ever thought I could. It's not like I don't just run a bowling alley, right? It's a bowling alley, a pool hall, a tournament hall, an event center, a bar and grill.
Well, and every tournament's its own event, right?
Yeah,
you kind of press reset every week.
Every week.
This is awesome. And again, congratulations to your family for 60 years is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
And every year is a big deal. And, I think it was about 30% of businesses fail in the first 10 years.
I believe it.
Or more, or maybe it's 36%.
Restaurants are worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is business as a whole. And so to think about 36% make it 10 years. And it's like, okay, now you're at 60.
Crazy.
0.5, 0.5% of businesses make it to the 100-year mark.
Well, and I would argue, I don't know what this stat is, but how many bowling centers close down constantly around the US? There's some cities that don't have them anymore. So is a bowling center too that's been thriving for 60 years.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And so keep up the good work. Keep taking good things.
Any advice that you can give me as a new business owner in Lincoln?
I think the best promoter of your business is you.
Yeah.
And you should always be promoting yourself and bringing people in. And the more people see you and see your business and what you do.
Yeah.
And here's one of the things I love about LIBA. I'm going to go on my LIBA soapbox for a minute. Is our members might be the most loyal people in the world. And so as they get to know you, they're going to do business with you. And you're going to do business with them. And it might be something as simple as, gee, we need to get some stuff at the hardware store. And you just met Steve Glenn and you run over to Glenn's True Value. Our members are very loyal that way. And so I'm very excited to have you involved in LIBA And I'm very excited to see you showing up because, I mean, in politics, in my business, I always say decisions are made by those who show up.
Yes, 100%.
And I think when you show up as a business owner, and that's one of my pitches when I talk to people about joining LIBA, at least probably 70 to 80% of the time when you're at a LIBA networking event, you're talking to the owner. You're not talking to a staffer that has to run it through their boss, that has to go up through the ladder. It's like, I mean, when you see somebody from the ticket, generally Rebecca or DP are here, they're the owners. Like, you say, hey, we want to have a billiard show every week on 93.7 The Ticket. Austin, hint, hint.
Love it.
But, or you want to have the Madsons bowling and billiards and darters hour or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking to DP and Rebecca.
Yeah.
Like, they're the decision makers,
Lovely
right?
people.
I mean, and so that's the thing that I think I love about LIBA. And I think it's great to see you showing up. Like,
Thank you.
I look out in the crowd and all of a sudden there's Sarah's smiling face.
Waving my arms
yes,
too.
waving your
I
arms.
can't,
Like,
I'm loud in my voice. I'm also loud.
Next
in my
time
body.
I'd like you to have a flag. But other than that, so again, Sarah from Madson's Bowling and Billiards, EJ's Lounge. They've got billiards, they've got bowling, they've got tournaments, they've got events, they've got dart lanes now.
Dart lanes now.
Perfect for the darters. So check them out up there on North 48th. It's on the west side of 48th Street between Holdridge and Dudley. Check them out, or madsonslincoln.com. We'll be back after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Thanks,
At Ascend Aesthetics, they understand that you want results and you want them fast. That's why they've developed the fastest weight loss and body toning programs that are clinically proven to shed extra fat, boost muscle mass, and tighten skin without having to spend hours at the gym. Reveal your leaner physique, ignite your testosterone levels, and boost your energy with personalized plans tailored to your goals. Learn more at slimdowne.com or call 402-480-6680. Ascend Aesthetics, where transformation begins.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness. And now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is Nebraska's premier NIL company. And with your help, we can maximize our student athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
Are you searching for a helping hand in life? Look no further. Integrated Behavioral Health Services is your answer. They're your compassionate, trusted partners committed to guiding you from challenges to triumphs. Their licensed professionals offer personalized therapy for individuals, couples, and families. At IBHS, the focus is you. Experience a life-changing transformation in an environment tailored to your unique needs. Visit ibhealthservices.com today and take that first step towards a brighter future. Discover the power of healing with Integrated Behavioral Health Services. You're not alone. Let them walk this journey with you.
New year, new career. The new year is just around the corner. Why not start it off strong with a new career? General Excavating is looking for qualified underground utility project managers. Check out our website, generalexcavating.com, or call 402-467-1627 for more information. Happy holidays from General Excavating. If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow Mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Picture a hot summer day, sun blazing in the fields as far as the eye can see. Now imagine, you're a teenager making bank, all while enjoying the great outdoors. Welcome to Nats Detasseling Inc., where they're not afraid to sweat. This summer, join the Nats team for an unforgettable experience. Forge friendships, learn responsibility, and earn money. Visit notafraidtosweat.com now. Nats to Tasseling, where hard work meets good times. You can get diesel anywhere, but what about atomic diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel. Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, an easy track lawnmower, or gator, every piece of equipment in pre-owned inventory is put through a rigorous inspection so it's ready to work hard for you. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything is sold meets their quality standards. Learn more at landmarkimp.com or stop into a local Landmark location and experience the Landmark difference.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today, with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Back to the LIBA Business Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This segment sponsored by Integrated Behavioral Health Services.
I was having too much fun, Austin, and wasn't ready. So
Sarah's great. Never met her before. Feel like we've been friends forever.
She was awesome, and she's doing a great job. So this segment sponsored by Integrated Behavioral Health Services, building a stronger, healthier community through advocacy, inclusion, perseverance, unity, and compassion. Learn more at ibhealthservices.com. Fun show today. I mean, you know, Steve's been in business 38 years. And Madsen's has been around for 60 years. And that's one of the things that I love about doing this show is being able to showcase businesses a lot of people might know about, might not know about, but have been in Lincoln a long time. And it's awesome to hear the story, right? I mean,
Always.
Who would have guessed that Madsen started as a furniture store? And now the things that they're doing. And I mean, she's about the third generation owning that business, third or fourth generation, which we see at like Schaefer's, and now we see that at Hampton and all these other places. And it's really cool. And her energy is awesome. I mean, I can't imagine, you know, Sarah's got great energy, and it's great to have that energy coming through the business and keeping it with the family. It's just really cool. So, fun things about the show. So, got some things coming up this week. Monday. This is something a little different that we don't usually talk about on this show, but on Monday, the state senators from Lincoln are having a town hall meeting up at Union College at the Kruger Center at 49th and Bancroft. And they're going to talk about what's coming up in the legislative session. And I think it's important if you're able to come. It's from 6 to 7:30. But it's an opportunity to hear what's going to be coming. And I think an informed business owner is a great thing. And having access like that is a very good thing. And it's nice to see them coming together to put that on for the constituents. So I think 9 out of the 10 are confirmed going to be there that serve Lincoln and Lancaster County. But I think from a business perspective and a business owner, those are the important things. I mentioned earlier, I always advocate for the decisions are made by those who show up. And this is a great opportunity for folks to do that. So I suggest you do that. Then on Tuesday, we have our monthly LIBA luncheon, which is over at the Grand Manse, right there on North 10th Street at the in the Jasmine Room. We've got Governor Pillen coming. So it's always a great turnout when we have the governor. If you haven't responded to come on by. You can come in. We've got extra seats. The lunches will be full, but we got plenty of room for folks to come by if they want to hear that. And then Thursday, December 21st, from 4:30 to 6:30, maybe a little later, we're having a LIBA Christmas party and ugly sweater party at Whitehead Oil over at 26th and Randolph. A good time just to come and hang out before the holidays. The holidays are definitely upon us, that's for sure. So make sure you get out. If you've got last minute gifts to get out, we've got plenty of local businesses out there who you can stop by and check out. Our final word today is sponsored by the 1890 Initiative, helping student athletes excel within the NIL landscape. Learn about how you can be involved at 1890nebraska.com. As we close out this segment, Austin, let's talk about Husker volleyball for just a second.
How about them?
What an amazing season. And I think DP asked a great question and in the press conference after the game. And he was talking, I think it was tough and special were the two words that John had talked to him. And this team is tough, and the adversity and all the things that they've done. I mean, they started off the season, they had the largest crowd to ever watch a women's sporting event in Memorial Stadium. And on Saturday, they were part of the largest crowd to ever watch a women's volleyball Final Four. It's a great story, a great team. And I kind of joke about this because my wife and daughter send me TikTok videos of the volleyball players
on the interwebs, on your smartphone,
on that interweb thing. And it's funny because of those videos, and they're out there and they're just having fun. And it's one of the things I see with that team that's just a little different. And it's just amazing to watch.
It's one of the things that Coach Cook has said, and even some of the players have pointed out, just how close this team is. Not that other teams weren't close and have good chemistry, but I think it's less a mark against previous teams, more a credit to this team. No seniors, that's something that's tough. That's adversity to have no senior leadership on that roster, to play in front of 92,000 people, to play in front of 19,500 people on the biggest stage. But I think that togetherness and that maturity showed through in the little things, right? They picked up the serving was better, fewer errors on that and hitting. And a young team, I think it'd be easier to lose focus than gain focus. But to gain that focus, that's mentally tough.
Well, and I couldn't believe the videos of them getting off the bus on Thursday night. It's like they might as well have been playing at the Bob.
Oh,
I mean, I'm sorry. They might as well have been playing at Pinnacle Bank Arena,
right?
Because that's the side of a crowd. But the other fascinating thing, and I mentioned this on social media here recently, I would be interested to see what the crowd was at every one of the games that they played, regardless whether it was in Lincoln or in Palo Alto or State College or Ann Arbor or wherever, because everywhere they went, they sold out. And I mean, I know Nebraska has always had a great volleyball product, and I'm not sure what it's been like with that, but to me, it almost seems like a modern day Beatles kind of thing with women's sports. And I love that. As a girl dad, I love seeing that. So they'll be out there Sunday afternoon, prime time in the afternoon on ABC. Check them out, support them, go out, support a local business, watch the game. But thanks to Steve and Sarah for coming in today. We appreciate it. You've been listening to the LIBA Business Hour on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Ascend Aesthetics, they understand that you want results and you want them fast. That's why they've developed the fastest weight loss and body toning programs that are clinically proven to shed extra fat, boost muscle mass, and tighten skin without having to spend hours at the gym. Reveal your leaner physique, ignite your testosterone levels, and boost your energy with personalized plans tailored